Okay, guys, so we're going to be taking digital Cornell notes. Today is the day. Today is October 1st. So guess what? If you're one of those kids who hate Miss Choi because of all the technology that she's using and you want to take Cornell notes on paper, today is the day when you can start doing that, okay? And what a great day to do that because you have the paper version of the textbook and the online version of the textbook, right? So let's go ahead and do this, okay? I showed you how to get to the online textbook and I wanted you to go to page 4. Now we're gonna go into our Google Drive so that you'll be able to just go in there. Okay, so there, go into your email and I want you to go into, click on the Rubik's Cube and go into Drive. Most of you in this class, whether you're passing or failing my class, you know how to do this really well because a lot of you had A's. Like 20 of you had A's before the test. I just want to remind you. So click on the Drive. I just never told you because I thought you'll be too big-headed and not study for the test. And it's a good thing I didn't tell you now that I know. Okay? So now I want you to go ahead and find the folder, Classroom. Okay? And then, of course, you have to find Math 1 Period 2. I'm recording this, so if you are in Period 6, please remember, don't get mad. I'm recording in Period 6, okay? So you go into Period 6. There you go. Anyhow, Choi Math 1, Period 2, that's the folder you go into. Do you remember the Cornell Note template that I told you to make? Yeah? Raise your hand if you don't have the blank Cornell Note template. You go into that, okay? And it should be blank. That's the reason why it's a template. It should be blank, okay? So now, what are you going to do? You're going to go ahead and make a copy. Go into File. Then you're going to click on Make a Copy. Once you say make a copy, they tell you right away to change the title. And so what are you going to put? You're going to put your last name, not mine, first initial. Please make sure you write the correct title. A lot of you are so awesome in doing all the work, but you put it in the wrong folder or you title it wrong and you can't find it. You're like, Miss Choi, I know I did it. I can't find it. And we have to spend 10 minutes looking for it, right, on your Google Drive. Title it correctly. Last name, first initial, okay? And then the title is going to be Pets. Pets. Or should we just say Cats and Dogs? Yeah, Cats and Dogs. Because that was the project we worked on with Mr. Josh, okay? So we're going to say okay. And once we change the title, what happens is it doesn't go into our folder. So we need to actually physically put it into our folder. So click on the folder that shows up next to your title, okay? And when you see it, please find the word classroom. And instead of clicking on classroom like I did right now, find the triangle next to it, click on it. That way it would open the different folders below it. And then I want you to click on Choi Math 1 Period 2, or if you're in Period 6, Choi Math 1 Period 6, right? There you go. Click on the triangle next to classroom and then these things will pop up at the bottom. So I know you have different folders because you have different teachers who are using Google Classroom. Now click on Move. You have to click on this folder to get in there. Okay? So now we're ready. Let's start. Okay? So I would write my name, obviously. And what is today's date? Today is, yay, October 1st. And our topic is going to be inequalities. It's going to be inequalities for a long time, okay? And this is period 2, but of course if you're in period 6, you're going to put 6, right? And what is my essential question? How do you set up inequalities? Okay? So again, if you're using the paper version, just keep up with me. And again, I'm not waiting. Whether you're using digital or paper, I don't wait. Because I'm recording everything anyways, right? Okay, so now for the notes. Obviously, what do you think I'll make you do? I will make you go to the textbook. That's why I made you open it, right? So go back to the textbook. And I want you to copy. Oh my goodness. Do I have to copy all of this? Yeah. I am actually going to make you copy all of this. Now, if you're doing the paper format, what would you do? I really don't know. You figure it out, okay? And I really think that it's a waste of your time to try and write everything out, but you know, whatever pleases you, right? Okay, how come I can't go down anymore? Okay, so Control C, right? Control C. Oh man, I need to start all over again. Okay, I'm gonna start from the bottom and go up. Maybe that'll be easier. Let me try. No way, how come it's not working? I'll do it in sections then. So then I have to go back. Oops, not that one. But this one. Nope, not that one. This one. And then I have to go Control V, right? And then I have to go some more. I want you to actually copy the whole page, okay? Copy and paste. Okay, so then just with that, you already filled up 2 pages, which is not that great, right? So if you have to clean up a little bit, do that. I'm gonna pause right here because there's no point in you guys watching me clean up. Okay, so now that we are done copying and pasting everything, we gotta start reading. And when we read, we gotta make sure that we pay attention. And I know that this is a math class, but we have to learn how to read in order to solve problems. And are you going to see a problem like this on the test next Friday? Of course. Why do you think I'm making you do it? And it's gonna be really a waste of paper for me too, so I'm like not happy. But let's go ahead and read it. The Martinez twins, Carlos and Florida. I don't know why, but I'm just thinking that those names are important, so I'm gonna highlight it. And so if you have the paper version, you gotta try and highlight it, but I'm just gonna click on highlight here. I'm gonna use yellow, and then I'm just gonna do this, okay? And then highlight yellow. There you go. So I got Carlos and Florida. They're trying to find a way to make money during summer vacation. Oh, okay. So I'm thinking summer vacation is an important word. So I'm going to highlight it, but I'm going to highlight it in a different color. When they're over here, they're complaining about how difficult it is to find someone to care for her pets while she'll be away. Carlos and Florida know they have found the perfect solution. They have a large unused storage right here, right? Shed on their property where they can house animals, and then they also have a spacious fenced backyard where the pets can play. They could make like a hotel for pets, right? That's what Mr. Josh did with you, remember? So Carlos and Florida are making a list to come up with a business plan, right? Business plan to care for cats and dogs while the owners are on vacation. Because all the people who go on vacation during the summer, they need a place to send their cats and dogs, right? So there you go. Here's space. I'm going to highlight the word space. Highlight, I'm gonna make purple. Cat pens will require 6 feet 2 of space. Oh, it's supposed to be squared, but the formatting was weird, that's why. Square feet squared of space. How can I change that? You don't have to change it, okay? I wanna change it because it's really annoying for me when something like this happens, okay? Cat pens will require 6 feet squared of space. Okay, so I'm gonna highlight that too because I need to. That is very important information that I need for my problem, right? And dog runs require what? 24. You know what I think? I actually think I also need to highlight the words cat pens and dog runs, right? Because that's kind of important stuff. Okay, so cat pens are 6 feet square. And dog runs require 24 square feet, okay? So let me just put square feet. Maybe that would be better, yeah? Okay, so Carlos and Florida have how much? They have 360 square feet available. Okay, so I'm gonna pause the video because I think you already got the idea and we're gonna do this in class right now. Okay, so let's summarize what we read. We highlighted Carlos and Florida, summer vacation. They're gonna try and make money, and this is the space they have. Cat pens require 6 square feet of space. Dog runs require 24 square feet. They have 360 square feet available, so we just highlighted all the information that we need, right? Startup cost, they have $1,280 available, and it will cost $32 for each cat pen and $80 for each dog run. And to make money, they're going to charge $8 per day for a cat and $20 per day for each dog. Daddy says, why don't you go ahead and get 12 cats and 12 cat pens and 12 dog runs, right? Carlos think, no, we want more dogs because they can charge more. Clarita says, let's have more cats because, they take up less space and so they can have more space for the cats. And then finally, the question is, what do you think? What recommendations would you give to Carlos and Clarita? And what argument would you use to convince them that your recommendation is reasonable? Okay, so now I'm going to pause my video again because the thinking process is something that we need to do in class. I just want you to see how to take notes in this video. Okay, so what we did was, based on all the things that we highlighted while I paused the video, we came up with equations. We said cats are C, dogs are D, and for the space, this is the equation because they require 6 square feet of space for cats and 24 square feet of space, and they have 360 square feet of space in their den or yard or something, right? So whatever we add here has to be equal to or less than 360, right? We just cannot go over 360. The cost, $32 per cat pen and $80 per dog run, right? So their cost has to be equal to or less than $1,280. And the money that Carlos and Clarita will make, we decided they're going to charge $8 per cat and $20 per dog. And now we want to talk about Daddy, who said, why don't you go ahead and purchase 12 cat pens and 12 dog runs? How would that work, okay? And then, of course, we have Carlos and Clarita, what they think. And we're not going to go that far. We're just going to talk about Daddy today, okay? So then Dad said 12 cats and 12 dogs, right? All right, so what that means is, let's plug in 12 for C and D and see if the space requirement is met. And then I want you to plug in 12 cats and 12 dogs for the cost over here. Instead of C, plug in 12 for D. And then I want you to tell me, is it going to be equal to or less than 1,280? So let's first, because we want to be respectful and listen to our daddy, right? So when he gives you advice, what are you going to do? You're going to first punch in the numbers and you're going to see if it makes sense. Because usually people who are older than you are wiser than you and they have more knowledge, and wisdom to give you. So when Daddy said it, we're going to go ahead and plug in the numbers and see. I'm going to pause here because I'm running out of time. Okay, so after investigating, space-wise, we decided that if we make 12 cat pens and 12 dog runs, we're going to be able to meet the requirement of 360 square feet. Actually, it's exactly 360 square feet if we get 12 cat pens, and 12 dog runs, okay? So that's good. Now, let's go ahead and look at cost, okay? So we're taking Daddy's advice, okay? And what we're going to do instead of C and D now for cost is plug in, obviously, 12 and 12, okay? So I'm going to pause again and come back later. So then, of course, we wanted to be good and listen to Daddy, and so we plugged in the numbers for the cost. Because it costs $32 for cat pens, so we plugged in 12 cats. And then $80 for dog runs, and so we plugged in 12. And when we calculated, we found out that we only have $1,280, right? But guess what? If we were to purchase all of them, we would go over our budget of $1,280. So this is not going to work, is it? Right? Okay, so we know that we have to tell Daddy that this is not going to work because we just don't have enough money unless Daddy decides to give us more money, right? So then now, thank you, Daddy, but now I'm going to think about something else. So Carlos has an idea. He wants to have more dogs. Clarita has an idea. She wants to have more cats, okay? But we're not going to talk about what it is that they want to learn. Today, there is just one thing that we learned. And what is that? Number one, when we have a word problem, I need you to try and highlight words and try and figure out what is the most important information we need to come up with an equation. You need to take really good notes today because we're going to go back to this over and over and over again. Okay? And so what else did we learn? When we have cost and space, we got to just make sure that when we plan stuff that everything is going to be equal to or less than. Because obviously you cannot spend more money than what you have. And you cannot make more space than what you already have, right? Okay, so those are the key things that you have to remember. Thank you so much. I have 3 seconds left.